What do you mean?
Well, honestly, I can't even remember. Have we started? Is this it?
Welcome to Cowboy Boys Podcast. We just started.
Yeehaw!
Joining me in the brand new Cowboy Boys Season 2 studio.
Yeah, look at this studio.
I just painted this wall and that wall.
Oh, nice. It looks freshly adorned with paint. Are you going to put up some decorations?
Yeah, I got some decorations, but I haven't put them up yet. The last episode, people in the
Was there a cliffhanger?
No, the people in the comments were like, "This is really sad."
Oh no, it went bad. It was backfired.
No, it was kind of intentional because I recorded it by myself, and I'm like just sitting right here and put my office chair.
Okay.
And there's garbage everywhere.
Oh no! Did you have a guest, or were you just by yourself?
I was by myself, and I had my tools out. There was like wood planks and paint, and people were like, "This is like, are you okay? Is this?" And I'm like, I don't fucking care.
I feel like that's like got a Bob Vila vibe.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Yeah, you're like doing the work. Hold on. I feel like, I'm such a jagweed. I got my sunglasses on like I'm a cool...
No, it's bright in here.
Dude.
It's a bright studio. Should I turn on more lights?
Yeah.
Like how many? I got 4 different lights.
Get it as bright as you can in here, man. Let me turn this off so I don't get bothered.
For as tiny as my room is, can you believe that I have a studio set up?
I can, because you're a guy that sets a goal.
I didn't.
And then you almost achieved that.
They hurt
goal.
my feelings, and I'm like, I'm going to fucking show them.
I'll show you.
I'm going to do a thing. But welcome. You're the inaugural.
The first.
Inaugural guest.
Oh, nice. Well.
And one of the most requested.
You guys said that the last time I was here, and I much appreciated it.
Don't appreciate me. Appreciate them.
I don't know if there's any proof, but if you requested this,
we've gotten at least 3 comments.
That's great.
That's high. I think the other one is JF. You're the second most requested.
Okay. Who's this? JF?
JF Harris.
Oh, okay.
He's in LA though.
Did he come out? Or was he out here when you guys...
He moves every couple of years.
Oh, man. Oh, see, that's what I like, the little nomad vibe. I miss that a little bit. Where you could pack your entire life up into your car.
You can't do that anymore?
No. Now I'd have to hire people to help me move stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's why I like living in this tiny little... Everything you see in this room is everything I own.
Yeah, this is your Lion King. Everything the light touches is your kingdom.
And...
Vibe.
From everyone behind the camera, there's not a lot.
It's where you are is the end of the options.
There's a twin bed, my desk, and a dresser, and some monitors.
I mean, if you didn't have like the hope of what comedy gives you, this would be very sad. This would be a sad existence.
It doesn't give me any hope.
Oh no, you ran out of hope.
I'm just stuck here.
Oh, I still have a little bit of hope built in.
That you'd make it?
Oh yeah, but I have it in the sense that I'm not doing any work to achieve it. I just hope someone will like walk by and like double take me, like, "Oh my god, you look funny. Would you like to be on the Tonight Show?" And I'll be like, "I guess."
You want a Conan O'Brien your way?
Well, except he worked hard and had a pedigree.
Yeah,
I'm doing and did nothing.
No,
just hope.
But you know me.
Yeah, I know you.
And so. If I get something accidentally,
are you offering some coattails?
If it's all nepotism.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna stop rooting against you. If I didn't know I was on coattail watch.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
everyone I have on the I like.
Yeah,
that's a different vibe from season 1.
Oh yeah, you had people you didn't like.
I didn't have them on.
Oh,
they were on the podcast though.
Okay,
but everyone on season 2, I co-sign 100%. They make me laugh.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, we gotta get some stains on this couch.
Oh, I have no doubt you'll get you and your ilk. We'll get stains on this couch.
And get some. We gotta get some smells up in here. We gotta make till it stank.
Yeah, I guess the audience doesn't know this is a pretty stank-free room. Which is, in fact, your whole apartment is much cleaner than it was the last time I was here.
I don't believe you.
And no, for sure, I can promise you it was cleaner.
My apartment room or the apartment?
No, the entire apartment. In general, is cleaner than the last time.
I think we figured out we're making moves.
Yeah. And you guys have kind of reorganized some stuff, which is nice. Your roommates are cool. They're nice.
Someone might have left.
I have no information on that. at all. Is that taboo? Is it a little bit
No.
like Voldemort? Like, don't.
No, it's not. But
All right. Well, I got some questions, I'm sure.
but first, I want to talk about we were just at the Mets.
Yeah.
Hobbs invited me out to the Mets versus the Braves.
Yeah, I'm a Braves fan.
And you couldn't stop doing the tomahawk chop.
Oh, yeah, I was doing it.
It started getting weird, and then it got funny, and then it got weird.
It got real weird again.
These Native Americans sitting behind us were also doing it, so it made it really weird. A bunch of Hispanic and Black people were like, they're way too into it.
Yeah, I will say, putting on the headdress, that's a regret I have. That's a regret I have. I shouldn't have done that. It was a bit too far.
They offered it to you.
They did. They offered it. I think they made me part of the tribe.
We call you Hobbs comes too fast.
Which is apropos. You know, I went to a game. We'll get back to our main story, but I went to a game in Atlanta, and it was my first time ever going to an Atlanta Braves game there. And I had always been a little trepidatious. Is that the word?
Are the trepidatious?
Trepidatious. Thank you.
Are the Chiefs? That's
Kansas City.
Is that a major league?
No, that's like NFL football.
Oh, that's football.
Yeah. They do the thing too, and they get pretty loud at it. But I just always kind of felt uncomfortable because it's I've heard it's we're not supposed to do that, so I've kind of taken it out of my repertoire.
Because you would do it.
Well, as a kid, yeah, it was I had no idea it was a thing. But we were sitting next to this dude, just this big fat white guy, no shirt, had a full
in Atlanta
full native headdress, and was doing the chop, and it made me feel so uncomfortable. Where I was like, I get it, but then the drum beat comes on. I'm like, I kind of get that too. So I was right here. I was just like, yeah.
You want to join in? You want to chant?
I do. I love a chant. I love a group chant. And I'm very susceptible to herd mentality.
They did the karaoke in the 8th inning.
Yeah.
And then they did, what was the other thing? Chants don't work on me.
They started, they chant let's go Mets.
Yeah, I'm an observer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You like to be above it all, above.
I like to just watch
the common folk.
I am above the common folk. It's called autism. Yeah. I'm better than you.
Dude, I thought I had autism, and then I talked to a lady, and she gave me a test. Turns out.
I talked to a lady, and she sucked my dick, and now I cured the autism out of me.
I didn't know it was
it's called getting no pussy. It gives you autism.
It was a blood disease. You could have leached.
What'd she give you?
No, she gave me a test to take. And I filled out a questionnaire.
Is it like a gay test? If you notice the guy in the background,
it did have a weird number of pictures of Brad Pitt and Speedos that I was like, I don't know if this is autistic. It's awesome. But no, yeah, it gave me a bunch of questionnaire, and then I took it, and I was like, no, I'm pretty just boring.
I don't like questionnaires like that because I think I get too meta with the questions.
Yeah, you start to think what would a person with autism answer, and then you answer opposite.
And I don't know how to answer the opposite. I try and answer truthfully, but I'm wasting so much time.
Yeah.
Does the person who wrote the test know that I have that I know that I have autism, but I don't want them to know that I know that they think I don't? That's where so I can't do those tests.
Yeah, the ADD or ADHD, whatever they call it, that one was hard because it was hard to get through.
It's
just then I realized shoot, I must have this.
It's just like a gorilla in the corner of the room.
Yeah, it's it's weird, and then they have pictures, and you're like, oh, I love pictures.
It's read it. Hey, would you rather stare at a beautiful woman or read all of War and Peace? Guess what, bitch? You have ADHD. Here's a bunch of free medical meth.
Yeah,
which I would love, by the way. If anyone would like to sell me,
medical meth.
Adderall.
Is that what that is?
It's amphetamine.
Oh gosh, dude, I'm so uneducated in drug culture. I thought meth was broken glass and bug spray.
No, yeah, it is different, but I'm saying methamphetamine is close enough to amphetamine.
Oh, is that why people do Adderall?
Yeah.
And we look at them like they're highbrow. They're just meth heads.
They're highbrow meth heads. It's collegiate. That's the thing is...
Do your listeners know this, or are we breaking
everyone knows this but you?
Just me?
Yeah.
I'm just learning? Oh, Dare did nothing. I thought Dare...
Everyone knows this. You're just an innocent little Utah boy.
I guess so.
Learning new discoveries in the big city. That's why I'm here. I'm here to teach you, guide you along.
I need it. I need a little bit of an education.
You never got an Adderall script?
No. I got my first prescription, consistent prescription. It's for heartburn.
Is that the purple pill?
No, it's like a peach color.
What is it?
I don't. It's supposed. What's the one that like they took off the shelves because it's giving everybody cancer?
Oh, the AstraZeneca.
Yeah, it's like that, but
vaccine.
like, yeah, but then it's like it works all day. So whatever. I can eat pizza now and it doesn't hurt my tummy. So I like it.
So and no side effects.
So far,
maybe
no.
cancer?
I mean, I got this like third ear over here, but other than that,
A big lump on my. Why do I have 3 testicles? You know what I take for heartburn?
What's that?
Because
you told me this. I actually, I know.
I eat what is it? What do you put on a bratwurst?
Sauerkraut.
I eat
you just
sauerkraut.
take a big old chunk of sauerkraut.
I eat like just a fork. I have a jar of sauerkraut in the fridge.
Is it like a brand that you buy, or you make your own sauerkraut?
I should start looking into making it. I should get into kimchi too, but because the idea, I remember like heartburn could be like 20 different things. They don't know. So sometimes a pill can help. Sometimes not eating can help. Sometimes exercise, just whatever. And I've tried like drinking milk, and it makes it almost worse.
Milk and Tums are just like that's what quick relief.
Well, that's the thing is your stomach.
It makes it worse.
It makes it worse,
Yeah.
and so someone was like, "Hey, you should eat something acidic, because then it sends a signal to your stomach that not that there's so much, because heartburn is your sphincter."
Dude, I love that. Did you know your body has like 5 sphincters?
Yeah, and 2 of them are really important.
Yeah. One of them is real fun.
One of them is really fun to lick on a lady.
He's talking about your face one.
No, that's not a sphincter. Your mouth's not a sphincter.
Yeah, it is. It's a circular muscle, man. But that's all that a sphincter is.
Anyway,
Mac's a romantic is what I was getting at. He likes long, passionate face kisses.
So when you eat something acidic and you have too much acid in your stomach, your body's like, holy shit, there's too much acid, and it closes that.
Oh, like cleans it up, huh?
It just clinches it up.
I've heard that people will do like a spoonful of like apple cider vinegar. So same kind of idea.
That kind of worked for me, but not as well as
you just like a little sauerkraut, don't you?
I also like sauerkraut.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, so tasty. So that's what's cured me.
Sauerkraut sandwich.
And I get it when I lay down. So I think my sphincter is just a little. I don't know how many hot dogs I've been shoving down there.
Well, probably too many.
It's a little loose.
Too many. Yeah,
I have the sphincter. I have the stomach sphincter of a 80-year-old gay man.
You have a 4 hot dog sphincter.
It's just a little blown out, little prolapse.
It's had a good time.
That's how I eat. I've eaten. I don't think I chewed any of my food from the age of like 10 to 25. That's something I learned late in life, is like, oh, you have to chew food.
Yeah, my wife and I will eat the same meal at the same time, and I'm done. So like she eats like she's not being hunted. I eat like I got to get back on defense.
Yeah.
She just casually takes her time. I hate it. It takes forever.
That's the life we provide them.
Yeah.
That's the life we give you.
Men are great.
You're welcome.
# Andrew Tate.
So yeah,
back to another thing.
Back to well, let's talk about the baseball game.
Yeah.
We went to the Mets Braves game. Fine, almost a blowout.
Yeah, there was a no hitter until the 9th inning, combined no hitter.
Dude, baseball. I'm anti. Because I remember going to a game before the pitch clock, like 2 or 3 years ago. I think we were
there. I think
and it's really just like. It's like an all-day event. You get to drink and chat with your friends, and it's like the vibe.
5 hours.
The vibe is really like everyone is watching a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole event. It's like almost like a concert, like a festival.
Yeah.
Now, with the pitch clock, it stinks.
It's like going to the DMV, but the DMV is kind of moving quickly. But it's taking a lot of the fun out of it.
It's still slow as hell.
Yeah.
And everything's and it like there's no pageantry. There's no.
I mean, you're saying to this, I look like a clown right now, dressed in a full.
I'm saying, how much do you miss
uniform?
I'm saying, as a person who's been to 2 baseball games, I can clearly see night and day. I don't know how it affects the TV. Maybe watching on TV is better.
TV is better because it just goes faster. But
but going to a game
in person, it's way.
I remember them. They used to introduce every guy.
Yeah.
And now it's like, here's Robert Pujols, blah, blah, blah. And then he gets up, and it's like 20 seconds, and 3 strikes, you're out.
Well, my favorite, too, is like the announcers used to have to be really good at small talk because there was a lot of time to fill. So in the middle of a play, they'd be like, hey, that's a line drive, hit out into the grass.
I found out
grass. That reminds me of when I was a boy growing up in Montana. And they'd tell you a big, long story. It was beautiful.
I lost my virginity.
Exactly. You couldn't tell if they were having a stroke or telling a story.
I remember fingering my first broad in the Montana grass.
It's so great. And now it's like fast paced to accommodate new fans who don't like it anyway.
Yeah. Here's my favorite thing I noticed is because, and you help me correct the code almost immediately, because there's a pitch clock and they have 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So you get 20 seconds when you're on your first.
Yeah. When a new batter comes up, it starts over at 20,
and then every swing after that is 15 seconds. It was so funny how they play so many songs, and the songs it was maybe 4 second clips.
Yeah.
So everything would be like, ba-na, ba-na, and then they wouldn't play the rest of the song. So like the crowd would kind of like it would be like the upswing, but then they would be like, oh, the songs.
It's all set up, no delivery.
Not even set up. It's like half setups, and it's because other sports. Like our were saying, like basketball, they'll just play music during
the whole
play,
time.
which I used to think was annoying, or like a hockey game, they'll play like stuff and the puck will drop, and then that's kind of when it like fades out. This is like a hard cutoff. It was I think I did literally heard they did the Queen we will rock you, and it goes so this pitch clock and it goes doo, doo, and then it was nothing. Like people tried to like, oh, do we do the second one? It's
because that's about like they start it, so then the crowd notices like they're about to get ready to participate, but
it's already over. It was unbelievable how everything was. It felt so. I think that the pitch clock is really killed.
Yeah.
Watching a baseball game, it made it really unfun for me.
And I would argue, though, I mean, this is more of a purist. Like, I'd rather, and you even mentioned this, I would rather just get rid of all that anyway. Like, I don't need some guy using his iPod to be a DJ to keep me interested in the game. Just get a guy on an organ again, playing little tidbits.
That's my favorite kind.
And then let's get back to...
I love playing my little organ on our little ditties.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
There was a basketball game 3 weeks ago where they accidentally broadcast the like first quarter without announcers.
Like on TV?
On TV.
We're just watching it was dead air almost?
No, it was live. The sound, the arena sound was being pumped, but the announcers like weren't like
did like viewership skyrocket?
People loved it.
Did they really? Oh no.
Because it was like they were like it's like being there.
That's gonna like put people out of a job.
Well, they've fixed it almost immediately, but it's like that's how.
Well, maybe they shouldn't though.
Because you can broadcast in Spanish at the same time. They have the SAP. It's like there should be a third option.
Yeah.
Just I don't want to. There should be no announcers. You should have to tune in with a radio, an FM radio.
Dude, I tell you, there's like a desire for me to go to baseball games alone. I like the socializing. I like to sit there and talk, but I kind of want to bring my own little headphones and listen to the radio broadcast while I watch the game.
That's really autistic.
Yeah, you're right.
That's old man autism.
Yeah. It sounds awesome. But I do I like talking to people.
Do you talk to people around you?
No. Oh, no. I like to bring people with me. Like.
Yeah, I can't even. The pitch clock even made it. I'm like, oh wait, sorry, you're talking there.
I hate doing stuff all by myself. If I go do stuff all by myself, I just think about how I should talk to like the guy next to me to make friends. Like me and this guy are gonna be best friends. He doesn't want to be my best friend.
That's what small talk's for.
I know, but
it doesn't mean anything.
Like you don't get that. Like when you're on an airplane, and
it's like a one night stand with a friend.
Yeah, maybe that is. That's a nice way to think about it.
You don't need to learn their name.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite. Maybe it's because I've moved here and I don't have any like friends. I mean, I have you and I have my cousin Jay, and that's about it. Mm-hmm. But like, I'll go to like we go to a restaurant or a bar and I'm just by myself. I'm like, I guess maybe should I start talking to this person? Maybe we'll become best friends.
This might be a Utah thing.
Is it?
Where I was really bad at small talk. And now I'm starting to like learn how to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk about the weather or bullshit.
So okay, I'm the opposite. I feel like I was good at small talk. Now my small talk is bad because I want it to become like a blossoming friendship.
You want it? Maybe that's your problem.
Yeah, I'm lonely.
You're too thirsty. You just need to approach everything and be like, whatever. I'm talking to this stranger. So baseball stinks now.
I mean, I still like it.
It was boring. I hate it. Don't recommend going. I did have fun.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, of course.
I was a little worried you weren't going to have a good time.
No, I loved going.
Oh. If anyone wants to go tomorrow,
I'll go
tomorrow.
What's the most amount of baseball games you got in a row?
Well, if the weather would have been nice yesterday, I would have gone yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Have you done 3 peats?
Yeah.
Just back
I did
to back?
the double head. I told you about the double header. It was 2 games in one day. It was like best day of my life.
Damn. And that's 2 games for the price of 1.
Yeah. That was probably the best part of it.
Do teams usually lose both games? Or is it
in this case they did. I'm usually a pretty bad
that would
luck
suck
for the Braves when they come to New York.
Imagine losing a game and they're like, well, we got to play again. And
Yeah,
it's like,
and then you lose that one.
The momentum keeps going.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I don't know how professional athletes are pretty good at that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
where
when you
they're
get
just
paid $500,000 minimum.
like they put it out of their mind. But I would, oh man, anytime I have a setback in life, I think about it for
No,
months.
if I had $500,000, you could shoot me in the middle of my chest, and I'd be like, I'm good. I'm gonna call an ambulance about this.
So you'd be fine if you survived. I mean, if they gave you $500,000 and then shot you, they could have just shot you for free.
I think mentally, if I had just knew that I had $500,000 minimum, I'd be like, whatever happens to me, I'm gonna be okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get. Yeah. I follow that. That's what I think is so
maybe not
funny.
the chest. Shoot me in the foot.
Yeah, the foot. Let's go with the foot.
It's like, hey.
Okay, well, can I shoot you in the foot for $50,000?
No.
75.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
No, yeah, I would. There's just a level of worrying where, building could my building could explode with me in it, and I'm like, I'd probably survive.
You're all right.
I'd be half covered in bricks. I'm like, you know what? I'll find a new place to live.
Oh, dude, I had a weird dream that my building fell over. It was awful.
Are you scared?
I was kind of scared, but I was annoyed that people stopped and were taking pictures of the building.
When I burned,
I was trying to tell them to run.
When I burned my front of my parents' house down.
Wait, this is real?
This is real in real life.
Oh, no.
Remember in the spring, all those trees that have kind of a cotton thing, and it would collect in the gutters, and you'd light it on fire, and it would burn really quickly, like a flash paper.
Yeah.
So in front of my dad's house, there was these bushes. They were like mini pine trees. They're bushes, but they were very needly, and they stayed green.
Are they a sharp needle or a soft needle?
A very sharp, really short, like 1/4 of an inch, super green all year round needle.
Okay.
But not bigger than 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
And the house was built in the 70s. So I think they were planted there back in the 70s. And so it was
they just lived
40 years of needles underneath.
Oh, so they're like the dead needles.
The dead needles.
Oh, yeah. So they're flammable.
So this flash cotton. And I'm lighting it. I lit it by their mailbox and was watching it go up the driveway all the way up to the front of the house. And it hopped underneath the bush, and then I just instantly the crinkling, and I'm like, oh shit, the needle bush is on fire, and I go to run and grab a hose, and when I come back, the entire bush is engulfed in flames, just on fire. I'm like, oh no, and so I'm spraying water into it, and
like a little hose.
Yeah, a little hose doing nothing. Oh shit, it was me and my neighbor kid. Yeah. It was really funny, and I remember my sister. No, wait, my mom came out and was like, what are you doing? Screaming at me, and she runs back in and grabs a fire extinguisher, and that makes me use it, and that kind of but the bushes are...
You guys have a fire extinguisher?
Yeah.
We didn't have one.
We're a smart family. We're fire detectors, fire extinguishers. So it burned pretty quickly.
Did it damage the house?
Yes. So we had all aluminum siding.
Oh no!
And
melted.
It melted. It broke the front windows from the heat because it was it was the needles and it was like a flash fire. It couldn't have lasted more than 2 minutes. And it didn't spread anywhere. It kind of charred the front of the front of the overhang of the house, and so. It melted the aluminum siding, broke the front window, and it was just on this 10-foot front of the house. But, my dad's. I remember when my sister came home, she was laughing maniacally. It was really weird, and she's like, "You're gonna get in so much trouble." Blah blah blah.
Sisters suck. Man.
And I was just like,
at the same time, they're the best.
I've never seen this weird side of you. It felt genuinely evil that she was like, "You're gonna get in trouble." It's our house burned down. Whatever. My mom was pissed, understandably, but I don't care. My dad came home and he's like, hey, whatever happens.
Yeah. But it busted out the window? My dad I would have been done.
No, he was super cool. The fire department finally showed up after I put the fire out.
You're like, where are you guys been?
Yeah.
Like, I can do this job.
But what I remember, the point of the story is I've never seen so many people in my neighborhood ever. Than when the front of the house lit on. Like within 10 minutes.
Love watching tragedy.
Yeah, 10 minutes. There was maybe like 40 people in our cul-de-sac that I'm like, where do you guys live? I've never seen you, and I never saw them again. Mm-hmm. And I don't live on like a main area. Like they had to like walk a quarter of a mile to see.
Did it send up like smoke that people saw it?
Yeah,
and that's why they came?
But so long story short is it melted the aluminum siding. The insurance company, like my dad was super cool about it. The fire department was like, he needs to come to a fire course or he's going to go to jail. Or my dad's like,
they got like
they
make a little profit off of that?
The fireman was being really cunty about it. And my dad was like, okay, cool, whatever. He'll do that. And so the insurance couldn't match the siding and they couldn't find an aluminum siding. So they're like, we're gonna have to replace. We can't.
So you just had a weird patch of.
No, they're like, well, you can't just have one weird patch. We're gonna have to replace the siding for the whole house.
Oh, so it was like a blessing
because we couldn't match it. And so then my dad goes, when the guy's tearing the siding off, he's like, hey, you don't have to haul that away. I'll haul it for you. And the guy's like, okay, cool. So he has all this aluminum siding that he then takes to the recycling. The bushes were apparently insured.
The bushes were insured?
The bushes, because they were so old. So he got like 4
historical landmark bushes.
Yeah, there were some kind of bushes that the insurance covered. So he got like 4 or like $8,000 for the bushes that he was like, I was going to rip those out anyway. So I hated them. He wanted to rip those out, so he got paid to rip those out. Then he took the aluminum siding, recycled that, got like $2,000 for that. Right. When the firemen were like poking to make sure there was no more flames, they poked through the wall and into the ceiling, like 1 inch into the main like hall through the wall into the thing. So they did to repaint the entire everything on the main floor and the ceiling, and it was all like popcorn ceiling, so they just scrape all the popcorn ceiling and redo. So he got the whole front outside of the house and the whole main level done for free, and
this is sounding like a deal.
And then he got paid money. He like made money off of it, and he told me all this, and he's like, I think you've been punished enough. And that was okay. I never went to the fireman training thing or whatever.
Have you ever had to do like gone to like one of those city kind of classes?
When I stole the dog.
You stole a dog?
The mannequin dog.
I don't remember this.
You don't remember this?
No.
When that's a whole.
Was this before or after we met?
This was way before, when I was 19.
Oh, okay.
I stole the Old Navy, how they had those mannequins?
Right. Okay.
One of the mannequins was
like
a dog.
At the mall?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them was a little dog. And they get apparently stolen all the time. And so
you're a hack. You're thieving as hack.
But I was 19. This is way before I ever started stand up. So, and that used to be like one of my Tinder prompts is like, I went to jail for stealing a dog.
You went to jail?
Well, yeah, I did. So in the story, what happens is I
didn't know that. Mac, you're a criminal.
Dude, I am a criminal. I'm a hardened criminal.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a bad boy. I start fires. I steal dogs.
Warned me about people like you.
So I'm 19. I'm at the mall with my friends, and I'm either 19 or 20 because I'm not 18 and I'm not under 18 because then I wouldn't have gone to jail. My one roommate goes, "Hey, it'd be fun if you stole that dog." And I go, yeah, it would be. And so I go and pick up the dog, and then me and him like, we run out, and we're running back to the car. And our other roommate was already at the car.
Yeah.
Like he's like, let's go, because we were walking back. And he sees me with the dog and my one square roommate. You actually know the guy.
Oh, is it who I think it is?
Yeah, it's him. He's a very straight shooter.
Yeah, I like that guy.
And so I'm not going to say
I will.
No, I'm not going to say names because he's not like a comic. He's not like a guy. Yeah. I don't want to put him on blast.
Here, bleep this out.
No.
And here's his address and his home phone number.
It's just a normal guy we both know from Utah. He's sitting in the car. He's like, I'm not driving. You're committing a crime, and I did not participate. And I'm like, dude, just drive. It's a dog. It's funny.
Yeah.
He sits there for like 5 minutes, and then the mall cops kind of like walk up and they're like, hey, did you steal that dog? And I'm sitting there
holding a dog.
Holding the dog.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know that. I'm like, yeah, I guess, man. And he won't drive. He won't leave.
Yeah.
Because he's like, you're making me an accomplice. I did not agree to this. And me and my one roommate are just like, just drive, man. They're not going to care. It's stupid. And so mall cops take me in, and they're like,
I didn't think they could arrest you. I thought they could just ban you from Old Navy.
That's what they were going to do.
And take your picture.
But Old Navy,
press charges.
Old Navy press charges.
That's such an old. The Gap wouldn't do that.
No,
Gap wouldn't do that. Old Navy, money.
Apparently, the dog was worth over like $2,000, so it technically was a felony.
Oh, no, grand larceny.
Yes. So that's why they're like, we have to like hold you. It was at City Creek.
Yeah.
Shout out Wise Guys at City Creek. Which is funny because I was banned from City Creek for like 5 years, but then I would just go to Wise Guys Comedy Club.
Wise Guys isn't at City Creek. It's Gateway.
Oh, Gateway. Sorry, yeah.
Was it?
It was at the Gateway.
Okay, I was going to say you're probably too. That's probably too old for.
No, City Creek.
Not that matters.
No, but it was the mall. Like I got banned from.
But
that
one
mall.
is for trashy people who steal dogs, and the other is for high class.
So I'm sitting there, and the mall cops are like, "Hey, they want to press charges, so we can't. We got to detain you." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And then the cops show up, and they're like, "You stole what?"
They're like, "We don't care."
And they're like, "This is a." And then like look at the paper, like, I guess the Old Navy guy's being gay and pressing charges. Like the cops arresting me. We're like, "Are you serious, man? All right, whatever." And then we're like, "Hey, because you're like young, we have to go take you to our sergeant, so he makes sure you're like in good health before we throw you in the class." It's just some weird.
Really?
Like they were being really cool, and now I was being cool. I'm like, yeah, it's funny, right? And they're like, "Yeah, it's really funny."
So you spent just a night in jail?
So I go meet the sergeant. He's like, "You did what?" That's I'm sorry, Matt. Like, cool, whatever.
Apologize to you.
He's like, that's insane. There's real crimes going on.
Funny.
And so the sergeant's like, yeah, throw him in jail. And so then I get to jail, and I'm like joking with the cop. I'm like, oh, this sucks. They're annoying. They're like, yeah, sorry. They're like, everyone's really apologetic.
Really?
Because I'm like,
they didn't like take it as an opportunity like to scare you.
No, I didn't. Here's why. I think because I was talking to them like a normal, I'm not like, I was never like, fuck you, or like,
you weren't a problem.
I'm just like, hey, I thought I was just a prank.
Did you cry?
No.
I would use tears to my advantage.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Please don't. I've never done this before.
But please don't rape me. I'm a virgin. It's just like, man, you're going to the drunk tank. So I get to jail, and there's like the processing area where you're handcuffed, and they kind of like handcuff you to the wall while they one by one. Gosh. And it's funny because I'm sitting there, we
need to reevaluate our justice system.
Well, I'll tell you what I learned from it is I'm sitting there handcuffed to the wall, and there's like legit crazy drunk people and crazy people, and they're like spitting at the cops. And they're like, "Fuck you, you fucking."
You're like 19.
I'm 19.
I was kind of surprised they didn't like put you in a nice place.
Well, it's probably like 1 out of every 10. But there are like the people to the right and left of me are like real problems to where
no doubt,
I'm like, they can't even process me because there's this crazy lady losing her mind, and they have to like put her in the like feet cuffs and handcuffs, and then like throw her in her cell, and she's like slamming her head, so they have to like go into the cell and put like the thing. It's really like she's like really just
like
screaming.
Hannibal Lecter, like
just really like asking for it, and then they get to me and they're like, I'm like, yeah, I stole a dog, and they're like, what do you mean you stole a dog? And so every cop is so nice to me, and they're like,
hey Bill, come take a look.
No,
at this.
literally, and they're like laughing.
Tell what you did,
and like, hey, tell them what you did. Like, and I'm like,
took a doggy.
I stole a dog, and they're like, damn, I can't believe you're in here.
Oh my gosh!
And then after me, then another guy comes in, another drug guy is screaming, and so they just
he's like, I also took a dog.
Yeah. So everyone was nice. All the cops and jailers were nice to me, and they put me in the drunk tank. It's just like a pit.
Yeah.
Where there's like drunk people.
Is it like a jail in the movies where you sit in like just an open room but behind bars?
Kind of, but there was no bars. It was just like an open room, but it was like a pit.
Oh, really?
So it was like a concrete pit. You couldn't like lean over.
Yeah.
And by the time I got
like a pit, or like a sunken living room, like in the 60s,
like a pit, like a sunken living room, like 6 feet down, so they can look down on you.
You take stairs to get down there, but like an empty swimming pool.
Yeah. Exactly, like an empty swimming pool with stairs.
I guess that's pretty good. You probably could keep a lot of drunks in there,
but they did have cells for the crazy people screaming and like bashing their heads against the wall.
Oh gosh!
And they had to like go back and like. Oh.
No wonder cops are jaded.
Yeah, no, and so everyone in the drunk tank was like cool. or like just sleeping, which you're not supposed to do, but as long as you don't slump over. Because it was like I was there.
You'd
like,
think that's what they want you to do is go to sleep.
No, because if you like pass out or die, that would be like a legal issue.
Oh.
So I had to like figure out, they take away your phone, and I didn't, this is, I'm 19, so this is what, 2008. Cell phones are brand new, and I just forgotten like phone numbers. Or like smartphones are brand new, sorry. And I didn't know any phone numbers anymore off of memory. And so they take your phone, and I'm like, my bail was I have to prove I'm not a drifter. And
how do you prove that? That feels like it's like existential.
Yeah.
Like look deep inside yourself.
I'm like, look at me. And so everyone's like, yeah, obviously you're just like, we can, I don't know what it was, but that was the like legal definition. Like, I think it's the type of crime.
You got to bring mail with your address on it.
Yeah, but I can't. So I had to call like my parents or someone and have them verify that I'm not a drifter.
Oh.
And so I didn't know my parents, they didn't have a landline or I didn't know the landline phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like at the point where everyone's getting rid of landlines and just everyone have their cell phones. So I was just like, I don't know. And they're like, if you don't know, you're going to spend a day in jail. And so it's getting to like 3 and 4. At
was it really that bad? Maybe it would have been, I guess there's no seats.
At 6 a.m., they take everyone out of the drunk tank and process you into jail. So I don't know how long I would have spent if I didn't post bail. So I'm like looking, and then I finally find one of my neighbors. And I call them collect, and I'm like, hey, is your son there? And it was like a guy I knew in the church, and they get a collect call from jail because they still have it's these old people that still have it. And so then
Harold, the jail's calling again.
Yeah, he calls. I don't know, my like dad, and my dad like calls me like, yeah, that's my son. He lives here, and so then he comes and picks me up at 3 a.m.
Dude, I mean, I've never been to jail.
Shout out Nick Gunderson.
But
do you know him?
No.
It's my old neighbor.
But I was more afraid of my parents and my dad than the police.
I wasn't afraid. So I was bored.
Really?
Because I was there from like...
Oh, I would have panicked.
I stole the dog somewhere around sundown, so it had to be like 6 or 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And
so you were there for like 12 hours almost.
Being like not having free, and that's my whole thing. I love freedom.
If you know anything about Mac, you know he loves freedom.
I don't even have to, but to take that away from me.
Yeah.
Getting shanked is not scary. Getting my,
I don't know. I worry about it a lot.
getting my booty took does not scare me. The thing that terrifies me about jail is it's your lack of freedom. That like thing where I'm just like, I have to sit here.
Oh.
And that's what terrified me most is sitting there from like 9 to 4 in the morning.
Never get a corporate job.
Oh, why do you think I don't have one?
Oh my gosh,
it kills me.
That's what's like leading to my midlife crisis right now. Is
you might as well go to jail.
Oh.
That's what really terrified me. And so to answer your question, part of the bail agreement was, I had to go to court like 6 months. I had to go to court like 2 months later, and they kept postponing it until 6 months turned to like 8 months. And
don't you have a right to a fair and speedy trial amongst your peers?
You have if you ask for it, but
I feel like
I go to the courthouse and everything's in alphabetical, and so it still took forever to like hear people. They're like, "Do you understand what you're in for?" And they're like, "No." And then the judge is like, all right, well, do you speak English? And they're like, no. It's like,
he's like, how do you understand that question so
it's like,
fast?
you're being charged with this. And they're like, I disagree. And so they're just...
I disagree.
So they're like scheduling your real trial. So when they get to me, I'm like hey, you're being charged with this. Do you want to take this plea deal because you don't have a record? And I'm like, yes. The plea deal is like, I plead guilty to stealing a dog. It's not a felony. It's a misdemeanor. I have to pay $200. And I have to go to a retail theft class. And so when I go to this class, it's like a driver's ed building, just really dirty and dingy. They wheel in. It's me, a bunch of hot girls who obviously stole from the mall. And I'm the only guy.
They'll do that.
They're all shoplifting girls, and they just wheel in an old TV on a thing and put in a VHS, and it's like, shoplifting is anti-social behavior. You are here. And we had to like take a stupid test, and that was my punishment.
Oh man, I had to go to a class. Well, I didn't have to go to a class. I got in a car accident when I was like 17 or something. I rear-ended some dude.
Yeah, I bet you did.
It off of, yeah, right. It was on purpose. I did it. It was deliberate. To get it taken off my record, I could go to this class and they would just expunge it. I don't know, but it was supposed to be like a 4-hour class where you do driver's ed again, I guess.
Do you get to see all the dead people?
I had heard they'll show you like the video of like the car crashes that like gross you out and stuff.
And but the guy shows up. Ooh, that's my favorite part when he's hanging out the window and he gets cut in half and he's like, "Oh, my insides."
Also my favorite. Who doesn't love it? Give me more of that. But the guy, he walks into the classroom. He's like, "Well, Ted's supposed to be teaching this, but I think Ted's out of town. So why doesn't everybody bring up their papers? I'll sign it. We'll send you out." And I was like, this guy I learned nothing. I continued to run into people.
You learned that the system works.
Yeah, man.
When no one cares.
When people also don't want to be there who are in charge, you get so much more done.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, beautiful. Bureaucracy at its finest.
Yeah.
In that sense.
More lazy people in bureaucracy.
Yeah. Dude, that's like the thing I always wonder, like, not this kind of a little bit of a tangent, but did you see that there's a new Apple commercial?
It was crushing all the
stuff, and people like freaked out. And
it's an exact copy of like an old cell phone commercial from the early 2000s.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know why everyone's so mad. Like at worst, it's just not that great of a commercial. But they're like Hugh Grant is sounding off on it, and he's like, "This is just deplorable destruction of art." And I'm like, hold on, Hugh Grant, maybe go back to that Unfrosted movie.
What has Hugh Grant said about Israel and Palestine?
Yeah, I don't want to. Let's get to the real stuff.
I don't want to hear about your opinion about the iPhone commercial.
I mean, it's just
so
like,
you said something about Israel versus Palestine,
and it's just like so dumb. Like, why get worked up about any? And then they came out and they apologized for it.
Yeah, I get it. Apple's like, I might have been a little.
Yeah, we were just off the mark, and I'm like, who cares? This is a stupid commercial.
Yeah,
just like people spend so much. If you think of all of your problems as a DMV class, and if you just don't care about the problem anymore, the DMV class is over, and now you got 3 extra hours.
You don't have to worry about it. You can move on to more pressing, real issues, like not buying an iPad.
Yeah, exactly.
So at the Mets game, Braves won. Congratulations!
Right. Thank you.
Your team won.
And they won yesterday. My team. And they're gonna win tomorrow. And they're gonna win tomorrow too. Yeah, they're gonna sweep the Mets.
But my favorite thing happened right 5 minutes after the game ended.
As soon as the game was over.
As soon as the game was over,
the most exciting thing happened.
For some unbeknownst reason, we still can't figure it out.
Yeah.
The people in the row in front of us started fighting.
Who, when they first sat down, I'm like, these people are going to be problematic, but not in like an aggressive way, like in an annoying way. Like, these guys are going to be annoying.
They were annoying me in like a generational Z. Like, all your jokes stink. You're just being. It was really lame. They were like being sarcastic over all the like.
Yeah, Mac hates sarcastic people.
I don't like when they were. I don't know. They just rubbed me the wrong way. Being annoyed. The one guy would do. What was one of the chants?
They do "Let's Go Mets." They do that one a lot.
So they would do "Let's Go Mets," and then he would go or something.
Yeah. He'd put his own little riz on it.
I'm not saying
some pizzazz.
I'm not saying he was straight, but he was annoying me.
You know what it's like? It's like when people sing the Happy Birthday song, and then there's always someone at the end that will go "and many more."
Yeah,
and there's two people. There's one person that does it, and you're like, That's funny.
That's classic.
And there's another person that doesn't. You're like, stop it, Todd.
Yeah,
it's not your vibe. You know, and they were Todd's.
And anymore, and Scooby Doo, and Scooby Doo guy is like, shut the fuck up, man. They just
don't get it.
We're trying
it's all about delivery.
We're trying to eat some fucking. No, it really is.
Yeah,
it really is your vibe, because some people can get away with an evil cutting bad joke, and some people can't.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's like someone. Even I can't, but I don't care or whatever. So that they were annoying. The women were like they were wearing their. Well, I was going to ask you this. They had their hats upside down and inside out.
Yeah. Okay. So at the end of the game,
is that an insult?
It's a rally cap, right? So when your team's behind, the Mets were getting no hit, so it's double sad if you're a Mets fan. So you put your hat on in like a funny way to somehow create some juju to support your team. You know. And so it's like, this is a common thing. So I don't even blame them for that.
I didn't know what it was, but they were all doing that.
Because there were some people down front too that were doing it, but
I didn't know if that was part.
Yeah,
we're still really lost on what the fight was.
Yeah, I still don't know.
And I'll post the video. I'll post the video at the end. I think I sold my exclusivity rights to Diego Lopez with no violence, but we'll see.
I'm excited to see his breakdown, though.
Yeah.
I want to see if we think the same way.
And so at the end of the fight, the one guy is mouthing off. He's like, "I bet you like Andrew Tate, don't you?" And I couldn't tell if he was like insulting him, like, "I bet you like Andrew Tate," or he's like, "Well," he asks, "What do you think about Andrew Tate?"
Yeah, he's like, "You tell me right now what you think of Andrew Tate," and I'm like,
Is he pro or against?
"Yeah," because I can't tell. He's like, "Are you on my side?"
Because it was two bitch ass males.
Yeah,
two soy boy, skinny, limp wristed guys of different races, which you don't need to know. I don't know if
it was nice to see them coming together in this sense.
Well, that's why I only bring up that because I'm like, was it racial? Was it racially motivated?
I don't think so, because there was an older guy, and he turned around. I don't know if he was with the group at all, but he seemed like he was trying to like calm them down.
No, the older
like,
guy to me, the smaller Mexican Japanese guy.
Yeah, he was wearing like the
New York
hat. Yeah. I thought he was like, "Guys, come on,
no,
relax,
I felt like he was egging him on.
Oh yeah, I got the whole other vibe, but that still doesn't tell us what it was that set him off.
So, anyways, the guy, the perpetrator to the right, is mouthing, and they're like, "Oh, the one guy in front of us goes, give me your pin."
No, I didn't hear
drop
that.
a pin, because like the guy on the right is like, "I don't want to fight."
Oh yeah, he's like, "If we're gonna fight, let's take this outside." Yeah.
Which is like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, which is I don't know. I've never been in a fight, but I've always wanted to say that. Like, do we need to go outside?
Yeah.
Do we need to go outside?
And so the other guy's like, "Drop a pin, we'll meet you." And they're like, whatever. And so he kind of keeps.
You're gonna arrange a play date?
Yeah. It's very funny because the guy on the right starts to diffuse it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I don't need this." And then as soon as that happens.
Well, the one guy with the long hair, he had his hat off and he like, right here. Right. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah. He leaned after the guy was saying like, tried to defuse it.
And so the fight ends.
Yeah.
And then the woman,
oh god,
the short little woman sees that no violence is happening.
Yeah, she was not satisfied.
There was no
with
ending.
Peace.
There was both guys got all their hate out. They got to say whatever slurs they wanted. Yeah. They got to show
enough aggression was shown. They both alphaed.
They beat their chests, and both of them were walking away at the same time. And then the one girl goes up and starts shoving and hitting the guy.
Yeah,
literally punching him
in his face.
And and I was. By the way, I hit record on my phone the second I saw the little bit of aggravation.
Dude, I didn't even know until you said, "Hey, I'm recording this." I'm like, "Recording what?" And that's when I was then engaged, like, "Oh, something really is happening."
And that's when I'm like, take a step back.
But the lady was just like, you remember the movie Independence Day with Will Smith, and the alien finally talks, and she's like, "Peace. There can be no peace."
Nice.
That was this lady. She saw an opportunity for peace, and she crushed it. No. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, take a step back. Let's film it, because I was waiting for someone to be like, "Why aren't you filming?" And I was my.
Do you have a go-to?
I was gonna be like, "Shut the fuck up! Like, do something, bitch."
Because the internet exists.
Yeah, because I want to break this down. This is awesome. I love filming a fight.
You know, what's so funny when I watch fighting videos, I always think like, I don't know if it's an empath thing. In fact, I don't even know what that is exactly. But I'll be like, I can't believe people are recording this and no one just tried to stop it. Like, I take a very like condescending approach at the filmmaker, but when I'm in the fight, I'm like, "Mac, get this angle." I'm like directing this thing. We want a good shot.
Oh, when you mean you're watching it, or when you were next to me?
Yeah, like if I had no idea who you were and I just saw this online, my initial thought would be like, I can't believe people just watch this happen, and not only do they not try to help, they record it.
That's the go-to when those people like lit themselves on fire, and it's like, and nobody's gonna help.
No one's gonna help.
And it's like, what do you want me to do?
It's because you weren't there. It was freaking awesome.
What do you want me to do? I'm not, and that's why I was like, Hobbs, take a step back.
Yeah,
just in case
a row up. It was good.
Just in case it like
spatial
spills,
awareness.
I want a better shot, and I also want you to notice that there's a fight brewing, and I want to like just see what happens.
By going up, I missed the first, like the initial shove.
But that's why I was filming it.
Yeah. I got to see it later. It was very good. You did a good job.
Thank you.
You held very steady. It's not like that Bigfoot footage that.
No, I know what's
going on.
I know what I'm doing. The iPhone has a good. When I'm filming, I'm like, oh fuck, it's not bad. And then the stabilizer, I'm like, all right, the stabilizer really pulls its own weight.
Yeah.
The white couple in front of us being real bitch asses.
Yeah.
Guys, stop, whatever. And then the group of 10 Latinos up to the right,
they were like, "Let it happen."
Yeah, fucking peligroso. Like they were just screaming.
Yeah, they were all about it.
Funny. So the fight, the little lady instigates and starts punching the Asian guy, and then he's like, "All right, it's over."
Can't believe. Honestly, I thought he was gonna hit her.
Me too, and that's why I was like, "Oh,
or at least shove her."
I was kind of getting a little.
I was really surprised.
I was getting a little chuffed up because I'm like, "This bitch is punching this guy," but no, he's like, you know what? He shoves her, and goes for the guy.
Yeah, he went right for the guy,
and that's when he got in a bunch of hits. And then he got shoved down 3 or 4 rows, which I'm like, oh, that looked like it hurt.
Yeah, it did look like he went down because he had his back towards the field, and so now he's like back towards downhill.
And that was the fight.
And that was the thing I did like that I noticed, because when they were trying to defuse it before the lady got in there was like a moment where I thought it was like, oh, they're really gonna do it, and they're really gonna meet outside, because the Asian dude, who, by the way, we were doing some detective work. He was wearing a Red Sox hat, and that seemed to play a part somehow.
Yeah,
because the guy kept talking and was like, "Your team's not even here." So apparently, the Mets fan was upset at the Red Sox fan.
Someone threw a chicken tender.
Yeah, there was a dropped chicken tender at some point, but he started doing this. He started going, what did he say? He's like, "If we're going to do this, let's do it outside." And I thought that was really, I got a little like heated. So I kind of thought it was going to happen right then and there. When people clap or point right in your face,
for emphasis,
it is so agitating.
Oh, it annoys me.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you talking normal?
Yeah, I don't know what it. So I've never been in a fight in my whole life.
Not even as a kid?
Not even as a kid. I mean, maybe you wrestle at like recess because you're angry or something, but I've never like squared off. I've never pushed.
In high school, I've only been like jumped or assaulted. I didn't know that I was in the fight, so I never swung.
See, but do you think about it a lot? I think about fights constantly. Anytime someone says something, I think like, this is what I should have said, or I come up with comebacks.
You saw me in fight mode where I'm like, oh, a fight's happening, Hobbs. Take a step back.
Yeah, you were like,
let's see what happens.
My thing is like, I'll see someone walking down the street and they will look, let's say they look what crazy? I can, not even crazy. I would be like, they're dressed in a way that I'm like, this person fights. This person's a bully. I have no evidence of this.
Describe them racially.
I mean, this has always been, this was in Alaska, so it was white people. But I was like, they're going to make fun of me. This is just showing my insecurities.
Yeah.
That I'm like, these people they're going to say something to me. And so then I'm like, if they say something to me, I'm going to say this. And if they say this, I'm going to say this. And if they take a swing at me, I'm going to duck and I'm going to kick his foot. And I get so worked up in my head building up this fake fight that has no starting point.
And then it doesn't.
That when they finally got to me, they said hello and I flinched.
Damn.
I was like ready to throw down.
No, since high school, my whole thing is I've never even known I was going to be in a fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, they'll be like, hey, you want to? I'm like, what?
People ask you?
I've been asked, like, you want to fucking fight? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
I'm
I'm too in like my own world. Yeah. And that's how I answer. And then I think there's been things, when I lived up in Bushwick, there was a crazy like meth head following me down the street. And he had his hands in his pockets like he had a knife or something. Yeah. And he was like, why are you following me? And I'm not following you. And he goes, all right.
And he's like, fine.
Like, just what? Like, it's one of those where I don't think about it. And I think when people who are really agitated feel my autism energy, they're like, guess he's not gonna fight him.
Yeah. They call you can pacify everyone.
I don't escalate things intentionally.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I guess in real life I don't, but in my mind I do.
I do at comedy clubs. I do poke people.
You are a poker,
but on the streets I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not like actively.
Is that because you're just not aware, or because I'm not like you're not a fighter?
I haven't flipped the switch.
Yeah, I'm always thinking. I guess like trying to diffuse because I'm just know I'm gonna get. I don't know how to fight.
No, I'm not.
At best, I could give you a wide swing where I hit you with my forearm, like right here.
I'm a lover. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I like to try to joke.
I make love the way I fight.
Do you?
Yeah, just get fucked in the ass. What? Sorry, what you were saying?
No, I'm just imagining that now.
A fight? A gay fight?
Oh, those got to be something else.
Me and the
There's
UFC.
not a lot of gay like MMA fighters. Why is that?
They're all gay.
They are.
Every last one.
Actually, that makes a lot more sense.
Every single. They test for that before you sign up.
I guess, yeah.
They put a dick in front of you, and if you suck it, you're allowed to join.
And some people are like,
if you hesitate, if you gag, they kick you out. USADA kicks you out.
Is that John Jones Bones? That makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Is he gay?
That's one of the theories.
Or is that like a really theory?
That's
I know nothing
theory
about it. Oh.
That's popped up, and I kind of believe it. Huh. Like he's fighting
maybe
internal demons.
Maybe that's why he's so angry.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't be himself.
He's a cheater.
Just be yourselves, guys.
Just be yourself.
When I was in Minneapolis just last week, and
were you gay for the stay?
Dude, actually, kind of. I love Minneapolis. It was so nice. I really enjoyed it. The weather was pretty good. It was supposed to be really bad, and then it was good, so that was always a bonus. We went to some good food places. You know, I saw the Mississippi River. I didn't know it went up that high. I should have known. That makes a lot of sense. But we had a guy. It starts at the Great Lakes.
I forgot about the Great Lakes.
Yeah. And guess what? They're huge. It's like the ocean.
Yeah.
But some guy, we were out late at either one of the baseball games. We were driving late, and so we stopped at like a fast food place, and it was like a Wendy's. I hadn't been to Wendy's in like years. And we're sitting there in the line, and some dude just walks up to our car, and I thought he was like a homeless dude, but he's carrying a skateboard, but not like a young kid skateboard. This is like an old dude with like a longboard. And I was just like kind of watching him, and he like walks around our car, and he stands right behind the driver's side in the back, but like right by my trunk. And so I open the door and I lean out, and I'm waiting for my food. And I'm like, "Can I help you?"
You think he's going to steal it?
Well, that's what I thought. I thought he was going to run in between and steal the bag.
You know what I would have done?
What?
If I thought he was going to steal it, I'd get my door ready to open.
That's what I mean. So I had the door open and I popped it open. I said, "Can I help you?"
You defused.
I was diffusing.
I would have been like, "Oh, I'm about to fuck this guy up."
He goes, "Oh, I'm not doing anything," and then he hit my car with the skateboard. Not hard, but just like kind of swung it and tapped. It's a rental car, so I don't really care. But the
people who don't
lizard
have cars,
brain in my head were like,
"Don't fucking touch my car."
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing, man? And I thought, like, if I have to fight this guy, now I've got my wife, so I feel like, not that I have to impress her, but it's like, if I ever get in a fight, it's going to be the only way I know how to fight is fight till you're dead.
Yeah.
Because like, this guy's going to kill me.
Also, if you're a woman and your man is fighting, leave the area.
Yeah.
Just don't get involved.
Don't start a second one for me to
don't start a fight and don't hold anyone back, because a lot of fights, the woman is like trying to pull on the guy,
and you're just getting rocked while this lady's holding your arms down.
Yeah, and you're getting your shit pummeled because of your wife trying to protect you. It's like, no, there needs to be like a
wife training.
Not a wife training, like your wife has to wear like a parachute evac system that like with a big inflatable balloon that you press the button and it expands and launches her away.
They gotta like get whatever the instinct that wolf packs have, like the alpha, when the alpha wolf is fighting and the male, and then the alpha female, she will come under in what looks like a submissive thing, but she protects his neck. So now you got two mouths.
You think if she gets in front.
So she's either got to get in there and like claw some eyeballs out while I take some haymakers.
That'd be an interesting fighting style.
Yeah.
Is like training with your wife.
Exactly.
In front of you.
It's like jujitsu, but with your wife. You just strapped on her back.
You're just
like
fighting
capoeira, but you're
so she's scratching and distracting, and then you're coming around.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
That only works if you train for it, though.
Oh, you got to be one flesh, baby.
Sexy.
One flesh.
Well, that's the podcast.
That's the podcast.
Do you have an ending to the Minneapolis fight thing?
No, I was just that I was like, I walked through the whole thing. It was like, this is what I do, and I realized if I get in a fight, I am the type of person that fights. I will have to fight dirty. I will bite necks.
Every fight is dirty.
Because if it gets to the point where I have to actually fight, it's like I would feel pretty life and death, I would think.
No, I'm too stupid.
You don't have brothers, do you?
No.
So my brother and I, we grew up wrestling, but our wrestling was just who could be more annoying. So you'd try to pin him and then breathe on his neck or something. Yeah. And so when we got to college and roommates wanted to wrestle, we started doing that. And then they're like chicken winging our arms, and we're like, oh my gosh. Because that's not how we fought.
Yeah, you fight like a CIA guy when you already have someone tied up.
Yeah,
you want information.
I'm like flicking their eyelids. But yeah.
Well, thanks for breaking in the new studio.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for those 3 people that wanted me to come back, because this was a lot of fun.
What do you think?
Just about life or about the new spot?
This new spot?
I think it's cool.
What do you think could improve?
Well, I think, okay, I'm just looking at if this is where your camera's going to be every time.
Maybe. Probably.
What is that I'm seeing? What's on the wall?
That's what I was looking at too, but I think it's just a little graphic on the... Yeah, it's not going to show up.
Yeah, okay, so keep the bush.
You like the plant?
I would put something, you got to put something on this
wall.
Oh,
I got a ton of... Let me go grab that.
Right?
Hold on.
Put something on this wall, and then you got to get something on the back, and it'd be cool if it was like a poster for the podcast. And now I'm alone talking to myself alone. Yeah, there you go. This is a nice picture.
Yeah, I got a ton of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
I just didn't want to set it up and make you wait.
No, that's great. Okay, yeah.
What do you think? Right there? Does that look good?
Well, I'm going to give you a little. I'm going to give you a little hint of design.
I think this is too big.
It's not too big if you pair it with stuff.
I was thinking of putting it on the wall to the right behind
this one would be good. Put it over here.
What do you think? Comment in the comments below. Hold it up right there.
You got to go higher though.
No, go lower. Has to be in frame.
In frame. See, I would move it so you're just catching the rule of thirds on your camera. People don't care about this anymore.
No, this is the end.
See, do that.
Do you like that? Do you like that one right in the middle?
Put the two ones next to it. You got to do either a big by itself or like groups of 3. Odd numbers is your key.
Then I got some more paintings I'm gonna put up.
But it'd be cool. You know what I think you should do is get one of your listeners to make you a giant poster and put that in the back so it feels like an actual studio.
Oh, like my logo?
Yeah.
A fan did this already.
I know, but it's got to be huge. Make it humongous.
Look at that. That's crocheted.
Just riding off into the sunset.
Oh, I think this. Sorry. I think it's Kendall Dragonheart made this for us.
That's his name, or that's his like internet. Her internet name. Dragonheart. Get out of town.
And sorry if I'm mixing two people up. Also, Matt Groening's niece.
She made that?
She made that.
Oh, nice. She's just living off
shout out Kate.
Uncle's hard work.
Dude, hard work. I miss the old Simpsons. I'm glad they're still going, though. Still profitable.
Do you still watch it?
No.
You know, I never got into The Simpsons because we were told it was...
satanic?
Yeah, we weren't allowed. Well, here's the thing. I thought that, and then I asked my mom about it later, and she's like, we never made a rule about The Simpsons.
My mom said the same thing, and she's a liar.
She is?
She banned The Simpsons when I was a kid because Bart was a bad influence, and then when I asked about it, she's like, no, I didn't. What are you talking? It's like, you fucking liar.
No, I think my mom's telling the truth because I don't ever remember. I just assumed. Like, I assumed we couldn't watch Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, I love Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, that stuff's...
You could have been me.
I know, man. Different side of the same coin or whatever.
Ren and Stimpy was the greatest. Yep. All right, Hobbs, where can they follow you? Where can they harass you? Where can they find you online?
I need to be a little bit more active, which I'm going to. Oh my gosh. I know that you said the podcast is over, but
no, it's ending.
I'm going through my midlife crisis, and nothing says it more than I've started an improv class that my wife signed me up for. I didn't want to do this.
I think you would do good in improv.
Here's the thing. I'll probably be amazing at it.
You have improv. There's nothing wrong with that.
I went to the first class.
It is lame and gay.
I didn't make very many friends. All the young people sat on one side and talked, and I sat on this side with the old people, and no one sat by me. And then I had to. The teacher was my scene partner because no one picked me. It hurt my feelings so bad.
Why didn't you pick someone? Why didn't you pick the youngest girl in the class?
Dude, because that's the thing. I don't know. I'm afraid of coming off as like a creep or something.
Yeah, you just gotta own it.
I know. I've been putting my wedding ring out there. That's my thing. I'm not a creep.
I'm a creep.
You are a creep.
So when I own it, people are like, ah.
But here's the thing. People say they don't like creeps, but people love creeps all the time.
People like honesty.
Maybe that's it.
And I think you honestly are like a goofy, normal guy, but people use your real personality as a fake personality to shield.
Well, I did learn I'm a people pleaser, so this maybe isn't my real personality. Maybe I've developed this so I lie to make friends.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Anyway, hit me. I know last time I did this, a couple people followed me on Instagram. That was nice. I think I'm the Andrew Hobbs.
I'll put Instagram. All your links are below, but say them all.
Yeah. I want to get back into Twitter. That sounds like fun.
I love. That's the problem is you have to just be.
Is Twitter not as fun as it used to be now that it's X?
Now that it's X, it sucks.
What a stupid thing.
People, a lot of the
bird was so much better.
A lot of the people, I've always said, right-wing people make better jokes, but liberals get jokes. So liberals get offended. They're like, that's not meh. But they actually like see a joke where sometimes liberal people will be like, you can't joke about that. But right-wing people, it'll go over their head. They don't understand. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, they don't understand. Well, even like...
But they're not afraid to make jokes.
Stephen Colbert was making fun of conservatives for years, and they thought he was on their side.
Crazy. Colbert's
good stuff.
I would love to talk to Colbert.
He's a smart fella. Also, he's really into Lord of the Rings, so I'm a big fan.
If you watch Strangers with Candy...
I've never seen it. Strangers with Candy?
You need to watch Strangers with Candy. It's one of the most offensive...
What is it?
Comedy things. It's one of the funniest shows.
Strangers... Like a sketch show?
No, it's Amy Sedaris, Colbert.
Oh, yeah.
She plays like a meth head.
Yeah. I know this.
It's one of the most offensive and funny TV shows I've ever seen, and Colbert's in it and says some of the craziest shit I've ever seen. And then for him to be on late night and be like, "Everybody get the vaccine.
I know he's slowly
everybody vote
America's
for Joe
grandpa.
Biden." But like, not even. It's so insane to like see someone be so funny to be like such a government shill.
I think that's just it's like the corporate job. You know, it's hard
to
be.
And I'll never get a corporate job. Free Palestine. Get my tax dollars out of Israel.
No, I need to. Maybe is there some sort of thing going on with Israel and Palestine or something?
Yeah, they're beefing.
Really? They should put this on the news. It's not
interesting. Who controls the news, Andrew? That's the podcast.
Oh my gosh. Okay, see you guys. Thanks so much.
I love you. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.